This episode starts off with Twilight helping Applejack win a bet against her brother Big Macintosh.
He's gonna walk down Stirrup Street and wanna grant his girdles.
That's disturbing. They're interrupted by Spike receiving a letter from Celestia where she receives 2 tickets to the Grand Galloping Gala. And here's the most obvious problem with the episode. Celestia knows full well that Twilight has 5 friends, and yet she only sends 2 tickets. You're still an asshole. Unless it's for Twilight's cult friend or something. Are you trying to suggest something? Applejack suggests that she wants to go to the gala to sell some baked goods to make money. A very odd reason to go to a party.
I'd give my left hind leg to go to that gala.
I wouldn't tell that to Pinky if I were you. Twilight offers her spare ticket to Applejack, and then Rainbow crashes in. She wants to crash the performance of the Wonderbolts and one-up them. She obviously hasn't thought her plan through. Rainbow's fantasy is dashed by Applejack biting her tail. And I must ask, does it taste good? In at least 5 episodes, Applejack is biting on Rainbow's tail, and she never seems reluctant to do it. Nevertheless, the 2 of them hoof wrestle for the ticket, but Twilight dismisses that, saying that she'll decide who gets the ticket based on who has the best reason to go. Of course, according to Twilight, they're both good reasons. So, she decides not to make a decision and goes to get some lunch. Along the way, Pinky jumps out of her front door and crashes into Twilight. She sees the ticket and wants to go simply because it's a party. Then we come to this episode's song. I don't like this one. It's way too repetitive in not just lyrics, but in melody as well. But for me, the worst part of this scene is that Pinky flat out assumes that Twilight is going to give the ticket to her. Rarity stumbles along and sees the ticket and wants to meet some prince that nobody really cares about. She wants to marry him and become a princess. Okay, come on. This show would never make one of its main characters a princess. That is utterly ridiculous. Then we're introduced to Scrappy number 1, Angel Bunny. Nobody likes Angel, and I'll get to why in a later episode. He steals the ticket and gives it to Fluttershy because, I don't know, the 2 of them run a pickpocketing ring. Fluttershy sees the ticket and, of course, wants to go to the Grand Galloping Gala as well. She wants to see some unique and exotic animals. Meanwhile, Twilight tells everyone that she doesn't know who's going to go with her, which really upsets Pinky. We find out that Rainbow Dash and Applejack were trying to make sure that Twilight wasn't giving the ticket away. Then Rainbow and Applejack start fighting. Pinky joins in, then so do Fluttershy and Rarity. Can I hear that theme song again? Yeah, it's weird. For a show about friendship, we spend the first real episode watching our main characters fight. And fight, and fight, and segue.
And then I said, oatmeal, are you crazy?
That's the biggest laugh that this episode got from me. Finally, Twilight disperses the argument and tells them that she'll think about it. Then she returns to her quest for lunch. The waiter asks if she's made her decision, and Twilight flips out. I will admit that Twilight's outburst is pretty funny too. Oh, and this is the first episode that mentions that Spike eats gemstones. Then comes the favors. Each of the other main 5 start to provide Twilight with favors to get the ticket. Rainbow Dash kicks a hole through the clouds to stop Twilight from getting wet. Rarity provides Twilight with a makeover. Applejack provides Twilight with food. Fluttershy tries cleaning up Twilight's house, and Pinky throws a mini party. None of them are subtle about it, and Pinky's favor lets the knowledge of the ticket out to the entire town, who now all want to go with Twilight. That must be some party, since I'm pretty sure that none of them know who Twilight is. Benny Hill-style montage, Twilight gets cornered and teleports to her library, and for some reason it's suddenly nighttime now. The other main 5 are all smiling expectantly. Twilight admits that she can't decide, and all the other main 5 at least look guilty for what they did. And all of them apologize for wanting the ticket, except Rainbow Dash.
Yes! That means the ticket is mine! I got the ticket! I got the ticket! You know, I haven't perfected my signature moves for the Wonderbolts anyway.
Twilight decides that she doesn't want to go to the gala either and sends the tickets back. They kiss and make up, making Spike cringe. Applejack says this.
Wither, Spike. Isn't that just like a boy? Can't handle the least bit of sentiment.
Congratulations, Applejack. I've got an opinion of you now. Princess Celestia sends back 6 tickets and asks why Twilight didn't say so in the first place. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and she sends one for Spike. That was the Ticketmaster, and I didn't like it too much. Why? The plot is contrived and predictable. The humor was subtle, and most of the characters act reprehensible. I wouldn't go as far to say that it's bad, it's just really, really lacking. Maybe you could have had one of the characters act genuinely kind, and the other characters go after that one thinking that she's trying to get the ticket, but in the end they all learn the error of their ways and we come to the same conclusion. I'm not sure exactly how you'd make this episode funnier. Actually, I do. I watched one video where one scene was given sitcom sound effects and it was hilarious, so can someone get on doing that for the whole episode? Also, Benny Hill only works when you speed up the footage. For me though, the best thing about this episode is that it gets the ball rolling for a couple of better episodes down the line. As it is, the Ticketmaster falls just short from getting any sort of reward from me.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.